All right. Good morning. Good morning, Andy. How you doing today? How is everything? Good morning, Juan. Good to see you here. Welcome to On the Bench with Big Jim. This is Jim Nielsen, and looking forward to a great day. We have a big. I know you're on the far side. Are you still in Mongolia, Andy? Are you still in Mongolia? You guys did well. I imagine you're back. Imagine you're back in India. We're going to have a great day today. We have Coach Mark Poth from Big Bend Community College joining us here shortly. We just to set it up really quick. Big Bend Community College's Booster Club, the Viking Booster Club, is hosting a dinner and auction, building the dream dinner auction, and it's going to be Friday, April 5th. Friday, April 5th, and it's going to be starting at 5:30. Hey, that will be very cool, Andy. Looking forward to watching that. Good morning, Sammy. Good to see you here. But anyway, back to the Big Bend Community College Viking Booster Club's Building the Dream Dinner and Auction, and it's a big fundraiser for the athletic department at Big Bend Community College, and it is April 5th, and we will be talking about that today. And we have this is a big fundraiser for the athletic department, and we're going to talk about all the different things that have been going on in the athletic department. And so here in just a second, we are going to have Coach Mark Poth here with us to start the show. And hopefully Coach Poth gets his invite and he's able to, let's see, he's watching. There you are. There you go. All right. Here in a second, we'll have Coach Poth with us here. And just like magic, there is Coach Poth. How you doing today?
Doing great. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing really good. You guys had a Booster Club meeting this morning, and how did
Yeah,
that?
I just got out. I got out of the meeting, had to run a couple errands, see a couple people about the event, and next thing I knew, my phone was dead, and I knew I had to speak with you at 9, so
no.
We just made it.
Oh, good. So I had mentioned that the auction and dinner is on April 5th, which is a week from Friday, and we're still currently looking to be able to sell some things. So if anybody out there has something that they would like to donate to the auction, how can people get that information or get that those items to you?
If they can contact me at Big Bend, Jim, that'd be great. They can call me at my office number there, which is 793-2225, or shoot me an email. You can find me on the Big Bend website, but we're really excited about the event and, some positive things we're trying to do for Big Bend and also for the community. We want to try to reach out in our athletic department. We added wrestling this year, which was exciting to me because most of our wrestlers are within a 45-hour drive from the college, so it gave an opportunity for many wrestlers to be more engaged here within the Columbia Basin and Big Bend. And we're looking to continue to add sports and to offer more opportunities and get better connected with the community. So I'm really excited about the dinner auction we have coming up a week from this Friday.
Now, let's, if you don't mind, and we've done this before on other shows, but I'd like to turn back the timetable on you. And when did you first come to Big Bend?
Well, just to give you a little bio, I started out coaching high school basketball for about 6 years. And from there, I went to the University of Hawaii as an assistant coach, where I first met you, Jim, for the first time as a wrestler in college.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Your brother-in-law and I were teammates at BYU on the wrestling team.
correct. So that's when we first met. And then I was at Hawaii for 2 years, and in '87, the basketball position opened up at Big Bend. I was fortunate to get the job, and I coached the men's basketball team and taught in the communications department for about 30 years. And then for the last 2 years, I've been the athletic director. So that's kind of a little bit about my history of where I've been and what I've been doing.
Now, and since you've been athletic director, you've started a Hall of Fame inductions, and we've done that twice now. But before that, was there really a true booster club? Did you guys have a functioning booster club all those years you coached?
Yeah, we've had booster clubs. How well they, how much they've been involved has kind of fluctuated from year to year. As anything, it takes a lot of time and commitment from someone, within the athletic department. We've never had a full-time athletic director, and so it's made it tough at times, but we have had support of a booster club for quite a few of the years out there.
But now that we have a full-time athletic director, you've been able to focus on not only the booster club, but also bringing in and having a Hall of Fame that was just started 2 years ago. Isn't that right?
Correct. Big Bend's never had an athletic Hall of Fame. The baseball team kind of did some things on their own when Donnie Lindgren was here as coach, but for the most part, we've never had a department-wide Hall of Fame. As I looked through a lot of the student athletes that had been at Big Bend, I thought they were very deserving. And that's one of the things I first started when I've come on as the athletic director is the Hall of Fame. And we have a real nice Hall of Fame class put together. And, the Booster Club's been great. BJ Garvey is our Booster Club president, and it's been a great help. And, Ryan Doman's involved with the dinner auction. He's kind of the chair of it. So we're really excited. We think our event on April 5th is going to be a great event. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We actually have some great auction items that are going to be available. So if you want to come out, have fun, support athletics as we try to, build the dream. Jim is kind of trying to build the athletic department and provide more opportunities for student athletes, especially in the Columbia Basin here, to be involved in athletics, get some little bit of help with college tuition, and be able to continue their careers, past high school.
Now, with that, as you said earlier, you're looking at bringing in. Well, you brought in wrestling, and what I wanted to ask you about is, can you share with us, or can you expand on what other sports you're looking at adding to compete in the NWAC?
We're still, looking at that and the different options with the administration. But if you look at the NWAC sports, they would definitely be NWAC sports that we would be picking up. And those sports that we don't have that are offered by the NWAC is you have soccer, you have cross country, you have track and field. So there's several events that are available to us to come into a competitive arena with the NWAC. So we're just kind of looking at all our options, what's going to work best, financially for us, what we can afford to do. It's one reason we do some of these types of events, and what the need of our community is. And that's kind of our philosophy going forward, is just to look at all aspects of the program, how it's going to benefit the college, the community, athletics, and then move forward in that direction.
Okay. So now, last year, with last year's induction, you also hosted a golf tournament. So the Booster Club's been quite busy in helping raise funds for the athletic department.
Yeah, we had last year. We have been, and actually, tentatively, Jim, it looks like we got September 20th, 21st for the Hall of Fame banquet. I think one thing maybe we're going to look to do is to combine the two events of building the dream and the Hall of Fame banquet, do the dinner auction in the Hall of Fame the same night. We get a lot of alumni. Let's say we have alumni coming in for that, ex-players, and it brings in a different group of people to our dinner auction. And it's I think in our booster club meeting today, that was a suggestion that was made, and we're gonna probably move forward in that direction and have one larger event with the dinner, the auction, the Hall of Fame, probably on a Friday night, and then come back with golf on Saturday. So we're really going to try to make it a great weekend.
That's a lot of activities, but this is all now. We're trying to raise funds for the Booster Club's trying to raise funds for the athletic department. Tell us a little bit about the accomplishments, not only athletically but academically, of the kids or the athletes, student athletes from this year.
Yeah, one thing we really try to do at Big Bend is really look at recruiting students that we know are going to fit in to our philosophy of what we're trying to do at Big Bend. We call our student athletes for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They're a student number one and they're an athlete number two. And we try to emphasize that for most of us, our degree is going to take us a lot farther than our athletic abilities. And being an ex-athlete, Jim, you probably understand that. So we really focus on trying to make sure that our students are monitored. We have athletic monitoring plans. We have plan of action when students are struggling, what we're going to do to get grades up. We monitor them during the quarter. And I know for the past 2 years, our department GPA as a whole, a cumulative for all of our student athletes, has been above a 3.0. This past winter, we were above a 3.0, and everyone probably is aware our women's basketball team had an incredible season, Eastern Region champs, Final Four for the second year in a row. But I tell you what I'm probably most proud of with those young ladies is a 3.82 cumulative GPA.
Wow, 3.82
basketball team. So, I think we had 8 student athletes last quarter with perfect 4.0s and taking good quality hard classes. So it's really a breath of fresh air to see student athletes come in and academically perform at such a high level. Our retention rates are high, GPAs are high, graduation rates are high. So we're really pleased, Jim. A lot of times people want to focus on the W's and the L's, when we monitor success of programs athletically. But if you look at what we do academically and athletically, I think we're at one of the top junior colleges in the nation in being able to perform in both areas. So very pleased with our coaches, our administration, and very pleased with our student athletes who deserve the most credit for the efforts that they put into both of those areas academically and athletically.
Now, can you just off the top of your head, can you Big Bend has an aviation school or an aviation department. We have a specialty welding program. What are some of the other specialty academic or technical skills that kids can get their education and experience in out at Big Bend?
Yeah, there's really it can meet almost anybody's interest, Jim, to be honest with you. You've mentioned welding, we got automotive, we have aviation maintenance, we have an electrical program, we got actually a drone program, which is kind of unusual and out of the ordinary. Great academic transfer routes if you want to go into, business, accounting, whatever you might do. I think there's really anybody who has a need can get a great base education at Big Bend. I have 5 children. All 5 of mine children have done Running Start or have graduated from high school and attended Big Bend. So it's been good for our family, and I'm really pleased with the quality of education that my children have received, growing up in the community of Moses Lake and their experience at Big Bend.
Did Mitch get his scuba diving certification out there at Big Bend?
Oh yeah, I did.
I saw.
He actually doesn't have one, Jim.
Oh, he doesn't.
He's down in Honduras right now, and He
he
sent me a
swam.
picture the other day with two big old sharks behind
Yeah,
him
he's scuba dive.
down
It
in the
was
lake. You know,
it was
he
scuba
made a little
diving.
note. He says, "Hey, I don't have a right arm now, but I got some great pictures." So he's having a lot of fun down there.
Well, I'm glad he's being safe.
Yeah,
Scuba diving.
Mitch actually, went to Big Bend Community College, played basketball out there with me, and really had a great experience out there.
That's good. He still teaches out there.
Yep, he's teaching in the communications department.
So once his wound heals on his arm, he'll be
Yeah,
he'll
he'll be
be back.
back to
He'll be
teaching
back
again.
to teaching. And right now, Big Ben's in spring break, so
Yeah,
you
we're on
guys.
spring break. We'll get fired up next week again for school, so we're excited to start another quarter.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the committee, the Big Bend Booster Club committee. It's headed by B.J. Garby, who is, I mean, I think everybody here in Moses Lake knows of B.J.'s, sporting career. Was an awesome football quarterback for the Chiefs, and then, is a Gatorade Player of the Year in baseball. And tell us a little bit about some of the other people helping with the Booster Club
We
committee.
got a good group that's helping out. We have just some of the people that are kind of involved in positions as we get ready for this big dinner auction. Candy Lacker's been out at Big Bend for several years and retired and is still very active in our booster club. She's our secretary and also very active in NWAC sports overall. You'll see her at the NWAC championships tournaments, volunteering her time and being involved. Char Rios is on our booster club, and she's a Hall of Famer at Big Bend. She was a
Yep.
two-sport athlete in basketball and volleyball, and went on and played Division I in both of those, which is very difficult to do. David Earl is very involved with our booster club, and our coaches are involved. You see Ryan Domet hardly ever misses a meeting. He's involved out there and doing some positive things. We got James Shank, Boyd Lindholm, a school teacher in the area for several years. I hate to mention names, Jim, because
You're going to
I'm
forget
going to
somebody.
miss somebody. You know
Yeah.
how that is. But Ken Ballard's out at our meetings. So, Steve Ashton. I mean, there's just numerous individuals, and not all of them can make every meeting, but they are involved, and they're willing to support what we're doing out there. So we meet, usually about once a month. With the banquet coming up, we've been meeting a little bit more regularly, weekly here. But it's really great to have the community support of the Booster Club members to help us reach out as we try to build things at Big Bend, and in return build the community and give local student athletes better opportunities. So that's what we're trying to do.
And this dinner auction catered by is it just Big Ben's?
Sodexo is the food
Okay.
service, so we contract out with them. Friday, we're going to open the doors at 5:30, and we'll have a social hour at that point for people just to meet, interact a little bit, and we'll have some silent auction items. People can kind of stroll through, see if there's something there they're interested in. Then we're going to have a sit-down dinner at about 6:30. And right after that, we hope about 7:15, we start with the auction, and we hope to really be done before 9 o'clock. So we're trying not to drag it out too late, but we got some good auction items and some real positive things going to happen that night. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We have table sponsors, Jim. If a company wants to come in and sponsor a table, it's a table of 8. And in return, we actually give them some advertising in our press books and publications. So it's opportunity to sponsor a table, get some advertising, get a great meal, and also be able to have a fun event. So, and if someone doesn't want to sponsor the table, they can go online. If they go to the Big Bend CC Vikings website, that's our athletic website.
I posted it. I posted it in the post comments. So
Okay, thanks. So, and they
people
can
can find
register
it there.
right online with a credit card if they want to do that, or if they just want to make a reservation, make payments when they get here, that's great also. But it's $500 for a table, and it's $70 each individually for the dinner auction.
And are you able to share anything about what items you guys have, or is that going to be a?
Well, yeah, we could probably share some of our items. Some of them that I think are kind of interesting and unusual is, Heather Messer. I should mention her. She's been incredible on our booster club. Her and the Yarboroughs, okay, Chuck, who's going to be the auctioneer at the event, they donated an item where you go out to a rifle range with moving and stationary targets, and you get to shoot all kinds of even historical weapons like a grenade gun and a World War II rifle and a Vietnam gun. I mean, it's just going to be really a fun, unusual thing. What we tried to do with our auction is maybe focus a little bit more on experiences that you can have, where you can come out and experience something with someone that maybe you haven't done before. So we have some vacation things available. If you're a golfer, we got some golf packages put together. We do have some services if you need your house sprayed, or so we got a variety of things, but we really tried to focus on experiences that people could have. And I think, Jim, one of our favorite auction items from my perspective is going to be done by the athletic department. And what we're trying to do with it, it's actually titled, it's called A Member of a Team for a Day.
Oh,
and it's
cool.
Focused towards young people, so maybe in the age of 7 to 12 years old, where they can come out to a Big Bend baseball game. They can be with the team during their pre-meetings. They can be in the dugout with them. They're going to throw the first pitch for the game. They're going to get a signed baseball from the teammates, and they're going to get a picture with the entire team. And we're actually going to put them in the program, listed as one of the team players.
Oh,
as an honorary team player.
That's a real cool thing.
And then maybe in the 7th inning, we're going to take them up in the press box, give them free concessions, go up in the press box, and announce an inning with our broadcaster up there. So I think it'll be an experience for a young man and young woman that would just be incredible. And we're going to offer that for all of our sports and our league games. So there'll be about 6 to 8 of those available in each sport. But what we're trying to do is provide someone with a great experience and opportunity, be able to listen to a coach and a player talk about the things that are really important in life, and just have a great teaching moment with them. And the thing is, Jim, is if you don't have a child or you don't have a grandson or granddaughter, but you think it's a great cause, you can sponsor an athlete. And we're going to go to some of the elementary schools like, North and Larson, and just say, hey, we have someone like to sponsor a student to be an honorary member at Big Bend. And maybe it's someone that really needs that type of experience in their life to make a difference. So I'm really excited about it. I love the concept. And I think, doing good in the world and passing things forward and giving someone a great learning experience and making them feel part of something, I think it's really a great auction item. So I'm really looking forward to see who's behind that and who participates.
That's a really, you say unique. That I've never heard of another program that's done these kind of things ever offer that as an auction item. That's really cool.
And we thought it was kind of a win-win situation, right? Because it
Sure.
helps us in our needs, but also I think it's an experience a young man or young woman can have that I think they'll remember the rest of their life. And hopefully some of the lessons that are taught and encouragement that is given during that experience from players and coaches will stay with them for a lifetime.
That's because I've been able to officiate sports. I've been able to coach sports. I've been able to play sports, and I've sat in the stands and I've broadcasted sports. And to be able to a normal fan that's a booster of either a kid or a team can have that experience of going down and being on the bench. No pun intended. It's because right now you're on the bench with Big Jim. You're providing an on the bench experience with the teams. That's a really cool. That's a really cool thing.
And
So
that's one thing we can do as an athletic department that maybe some other people don't have the luxury of doing.
yeah,
But we also have, like, we're going to have clinics available where if so we have BJ. We have Jameson Lang, our head baseball coach, and Ryan Doman going to do a fall clinic and a spring clinic. It could be someone wants to buy a clinic and give it to a little league team and have them come out and work on hitting or grounding, the fundamentals of the game. And it's kind of impressive, Jim, because I go out every once in a while. I'm kind of a baseball fan, and I went out to the field the other day because I had to talk to Coach Lang, who's a great baseball player here, by the way. And I'm talking to him next to the cage, and he got his players in there bunting, okay? And I coached enough to know that I can usually talk it better than I can demonstrate it.
yeah.
Especially the older I got.
Sure.
And Jameson just talking to this young man how to get the bunt down, and he's just instructing him, and it's just not happening. And he says, "Hey, get out of there. Let me show you how to do this." Yeah, now that's really putting your skills on trial right there. He went out there and laid down 7 beautiful bunts in a row. I couldn't believe it. So, it's fun to see Ryan and his coaching staff talk about coaching and bunting and the fundamentals of it. I think anybody who got a clinic from any of our coaching staffs for a day, for a few hours, could really glean a lot from that as a parent who coaches, and obviously the young people involved would really get a lot out of that.
That's a very cool thing you guys are doing. So again, April 5th, which is a week from Friday, there's still time to be able to offer up an item that can be auctioned off either in the silent auction or in the live auction. And as you mentioned, Chuck Yarbrough is going to be the auctioneer, so that's going to be great. And you can the phone number, Coach Post's phone number, is listed in the description of this live Facebook video, and also the website. And so you can go there, link right to it, and register and get involved in helping support. And like it says, building the dream. These kids are given opportunities that they otherwise wouldn't have if we didn't have these sports.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is too, Jim, is if you can offer an experience, if you fly model planes and can offer a young man an opportunity to go out and learn that, if you got a pontoon boat and want to take somebody for a tour of the lake and have a barbecue, I mean, those are great auction items. A lot of times we think of an auction as we got to come up with stuff, but sometimes people just donating of their time and making something happen for someone else is a great item. So, hey, appreciate it, Jim. Great talking to you. Appreciate your support.
Oh, you bet. This was great, and I hope we get some people and more people involved in building the dream dinner and auction out at Big Bend Community College, put on by the Big Bend Viking Booster Club. Coach Poth, thank you very much, and
hey, thanks, Jim. God bless you. All right.
You have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Okay. All righty. Hey, that's Coach Poth, and he's done. I mean, he's been at Big Bend Community College for over 35 years, 33, 34 years now, and he's a Viking through and through, and it's great to see the impact that he's having on these young student athletes. I've had the opportunity and the blessing to be able to get to know some of these kids with the different things that I've been involved with, and it's been terrific. For those of you who didn't know, I helped broadcast the women's volleyball games last year, and because my daughter was playing on the volleyball team, and this brings me to a thought that I have, which I need to promote someone that's sponsoring my show now. We just picked up Jay's Teriyaki, restaurant here in town in Moses Lake, and they are they get the distinction of being the first sponsor of On the Bench with Big Jim, and so we want to thank JJ, and his crew down here in Moses Lake at the corner of Ashton Broadway, 123. What's the address again? Sorry, folks. It's 123 East Broadway Avenue. So if you're coming off of the Phil, you're looking right at it when you come to that stop sign, that stoplight there at Broadway. And we want to thank them. Wonderful place to eat, and they have online ordering, and I posted their website. You can also get their app, put it on your phone, and make the order, and you can have the order ready for whenever you're ready for your food and for your dinner. And JJ does a great job in servicing his customers, and his crew does a wonderful job in putting together great dinners, lunches, and they cater large groups as well. So go down to Jay's Teriyaki and tell them Big Jim sent you, and we appreciate them being willing to be a part of On the Bench with Big Jim. If you're interested in being a sponsor and would like to have your business marketed, please contact us. I'm easily accessible. You can reach me here through the show. You can get me on Facebook. I think my phone number is somewhere in this, all of this business. I'm easily reachable. I can help market your business, and I will certainly take care of you. And we'll be taking care of Jay's Teriyaki, making sure people know that they're one of the finest eating establishments here in the Columbia Basin. Good people, good food, good service. What more can the value, the dollar value is tremendous, and so you get a lot of food, a lot of good food for a good price. And so head on down to Jay's Teriyaki, 123 East Broadway Avenue here in Moses Lake. I wanted to thank everybody for watching, and I want to make sure people understand the importance of this dinner auction that Big Bend Community College Booster Club is putting on the 5th of April. The athletic department depends a lot on fundraising, and for the opportunity for these kids to be able to travel and to go compete and to have the equipment that they need to be able to participate is highly dependent on fundraising and Booster Club's fundraising capabilities. And so they do a great service in being there in our community. And our community benefits from that because good people come out of Big Bend and they help in our community. And it's the least we can do is help support them in a minimal fashion. And so I implore you to go to the website, www.bbccvikings.com/DA, and that will link you directly to the dinner auction, or you can call Coach Poth at 793-2225, 793-2225, and you can get involved in helping Big Bend with their fundraiser that's going to be next Friday. On Friday's show, we're going to visit with Spencer Kimbrough. For those of you who don't know Spencer is a wheelchair athlete. He played basketball at the University of Alabama, and they are now back-to-back national champions of wheelchair basketball in the NCAA. And ironically enough, the women's team there at the University of Alabama won a championship as well. And so we're going to visit with Spencer on Friday's show and talk about his experience. He was just in high school a year ago. I visited with Spencer on his on the other show about his experience. He was an incredible track athlete. He's traveled all over the world with track and adaptive basketball. And we're going to hear how his first year in college went. And I'm excited about visiting with Spencer Kimbrough on Friday's show. If you have a suggestion for a show of ours, please post here on Facebook or give me a call and or email me onthebenchwithbigjim@gmail.com. Pretty simple. onthebenchwithbigjim@gmail.com. And you can find me either on my Facebook page or on the bench with Big Jim's Facebook page. So I didn't talk much about it on Monday because I talked NCAA wrestling, but this last weekend I had the honor and the opportunity to go with some coaching buddies of mine and their kids and some other high school kids as we went to Centralia to wrestle in a Northwest Regional wrestling tournament, both freestyle and Greco-Roman. And it was the first time I've been to a freestyle Greco-Roman tournament in several years, and so dusting off the years of collected dust, it was great to get back and see these kids and see the action, and it was a wonderful tournament. Hopefully, we had one kid qualify for the Fargo tournament. For those of you who don't know what that means, Fargo is the definition of the elite. It's the elite national tournament for high school and 16U aged kids. And big, huge tournament. Everybody in the country comes to this tournament. And so there's 50, 60 kids in a weight bracket. And it's a big, big tournament. And we had a kid, a Moses Lake High School kid, qualified for that. So we'll see how he progresses over the year. And I want to thank, good to see you, Junior. Good to see you, Jason. I'm glad you guys are tuning in. I appreciate your time and your willingness to watch On the Bench with Big Jim. But that'll be the show for today. Again, Friday we'll have Spencer Kimbrough on at 9 o'clock, and we have some other coaching friends coming on next week, and we're also going to visit with Sheriff Tom Jones and former officer Juan Loeta about what we can do as citizens to help support our law enforcement community, and we're going to do that next Friday. But that's just a little heads up on what's coming up soon. Again, I want to thank Jay's Teriyaki for being a sponsor here on the Bench with Big Jim. Check them out. They have a website and they have a food app, and go down and help support them because they're supporting me. Appreciate you all. I hope you all have a great day, and looking forward to Friday's show. And you all take care. Do something nice for somebody today. Somebody that may be down and out and needs a lift or some support, and it will be a good thing. I also have a funny story. I'll share it on Friday. Excuse me. But I have a funny story about this beard that I'll share with you guys on Friday. Take care, everyone. Good to see you all. Thanks again for being with us, and we'll see you on Friday. Take care.